Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you how I make my poppy seed chicken. This is a dish that is often requested for me to make, and I'd like to share that recipe with you. It's real quick, real easy, simple stuff, and it's a big hit. There's hardly ever any leftovers, and if there is, they're usually gone by the next day. And it's great hot or cold. So I hope you enjoy this recipe, and here we go. So first things first, here's the stuff you'll need to use to help you make it. Then we'll get to the ingredients second. You'll need a boiling pot, a 9x13 casserole dish, measuring cup and spoons, stirring spoon and or mixer, and a meat tenderizer. Well, the last one's optional, but it's a good stress reliever. And you can also pause the video to read the list on the screen. Now for the main ingredients, or your base ingredients. I'm also going to give you some optional ingredients. You can include them in there if you want. Totally up to you, but these are the ones you definitely need. You'll need 4 chicken breasts, 1 large white onion or a pack of the already diced white onion, 2 regular sized cans of cream of chicken, sour cream or as an alternative plain Greek yogurt, Ritz crackers or any butter crackers, whatever brand you want to use, Worcestershire sauce, black pepper, poppy seeds, of course, and garlic powder. And again, you can pause the screen to take a look at the list. Here's some optional ingredients you can try if you would like. Then we'll get into the process and measurements. Some of the optional ingredients I recommend are tarragon seasoning, parsley, basil, some melted butter, and any other seasoning that you'd like to add that you enjoy. Again, you can pause the screen to take a look at the list. So now we will go ahead and start with the process and the measurements. Of course, we will start with one of the main stars of this recipe, the chicken. You take your 4 chicken breasts, go ahead and clean them off. You can lay them out on the cutting board, and if you want to tenderize them with the meat tenderizer, go right for it. Get that stress out. You don't have to. They'll be just fine either way. You don't have to season them before you put them in the boiling pot. You can just leave them as is. Don't have to cut them up. And you take your boiling pot, fill it up with water, and get it going on the stove and getting ready for the chicken. And while that's coming to a boil, you want to take your large white onion, or if you've got the diced onions, that's fine. And if you have the large white onion, you can go ahead and cut that into about 4/4 quarter size. It doesn't have to be diced up. When your boiling water is ready to go, put the chicken in there and put the onion in there, and you can boil that for about 20 to 30 minutes. Don't overdo it because it'll dry the chicken out, but let the flavors get in there good, and of course make sure the chicken is done. And you also kind of want to occasionally stir it during that 20 to 30 minutes while it's boiling. Once it's done and ready to go, drain it out, drain the water out, and let the chicken rest and cool for about 10 minutes before you start the next step. And by the way, if you see the little green leaves in the footage here that I've got, that is fresh basil leaves out of my herb garden. Again, that's one of those optional ingredients. Totally up to you if you want to add something like that in there with it while it's boiling. So after you've finished boiling the chicken and drained it out and let it cool and rest for about 10 minutes, go ahead and put it in your mixing bowl. And you can take a mixer and shred it up, or you can do it by hand. However you want to do it, just shred it up. And you can shred it up fine, or you can leave the chicken a bit thicker if you'd like. Once you got all that shredded up in your mixing bowl, then you can start adding your ingredients. You take your 2 cans of cream of chicken, open them up, and put them in the bowl. Next, you take about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and put it in the bowl. Then you will take about a cup of the plain Greek yogurt or sour cream, whichever one you're using. Take about a cup of that and, well, you get the idea, put it in the bowl. Next, you'll measure out a teaspoon of each of the garlic powder, the black pepper, and the poppy seed, and into the bowl they go. If you want to add any of the other optional seasonings, like I suggested earlier in the video, go ahead and put those in there at this point. I'd start with at least a teaspoon, just like you did the other ones. And for all the seasonings, I'm just starting out with a teaspoon. If you want to add more than that, depending on your taste preference, feel free to do so. Mix everything together in the bowl with a mixer, or you can do it with a mixing spoon. Up to you. Get your casserole dish and spray it with cooking spray or some butter. Spread it all over. Then after you get everything mixed in the bowl really good, take a spatula and start putting it in your casserole pan. As you're placing it in your casserole dish, just kind of flatten it out and make nice even layers with it as you go along until it's all in the casserole dish. Go ahead and start preheating your oven to 350, and it could be warming up while you're doing this next step. Take 1 sleeve of your Ritz or butter crackers and crunch them up in a bowl, and you can make them as fine as you want. Then you take all those crumpled up butter crackers and pour them all over the top of the poppy seed chicken in the casserole dish. Another optional ingredient that you can add to it if you want to is take a little bit of melted butter and drizzle over the top of the crackers. And the last thing you do before you put it in the oven is you take an additional teaspoon of poppy seed and sprinkle it on top. As soon as your oven is preheated and ready to go at 350, place the poppy seed chicken inside on the middle rack and close the door, and then set your timer for about 25 minutes. After 25 minutes in the oven, 30 minutes at best, grab your oven mitt, open the oven door, and take it out. Place it on the counter or a cooling rack for around 5 minutes, cool enough for you to serve it and eat. Grab you a bowl and a fork or a spoon and be ready to enjoy it. I have seen people eat it with rice or cheese mixed in with it. You can also make vegetables to eat on the side with it. Pretty much anything goes good with it. A personal favorite of mine that I like to add to it is I like to jazz mine up with a little Tabasco sauce. is so delicious, and it makes for a quick and easy meal to prepare for dinner. You can have it for lunch. It holds well left over for the next day, and you can eat it hot or cold. Let me know if you try it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and getting the recipe for poppy seed chicken. Leave a like if you want to see more, or if you tried it. Let me know how it went. Did you add anything extra to it? What did you eat with it? Stay tuned for the next video, and thanks for watching.